everybody! So today I am going to be giving you every line you need to know in the Scotch Gambit to win very easily. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright everybody, so this is going to be a guide on Scotch Gambit, so let's do this. Now, generally, you will be seeing e takes d4, and you can play bishop to c4. This is a Scotch Gambit. We're not even going to cover knight takes d4, which is a Scotch game. We're only going to cover that if it's a lolly, of course. And so bishop to c5 is the Haxo Gambit. Now, c3 is what I like to play here, because after takes, bishop takes f7 is a brilliant move. Now, if he takes, then we are going to take back our material, and then if he we're going to castle. If he takes it on, he's absolutely screwed. It's going to be very much a fun thing. And he's just going to put a bunch of pressure on us. So he's going to defend a lot, and we're just going to put pressure, and it's going to be a very easy game to win. I'm sure you could even beat the engine like that. So let's actually go over what happens if he doesn't take. If he doesn't take, just continue developing until he covers e5 or moves his bishop. Then you're still fine, because you still have that same idea. And you're just alright. You're doing alright. You're fine. So what if, instead of bishop to c5, he plays h6? That's going to be alright. Why? We can just castle. This is really just a waiting move. And so if he plays knight f6, which is more common, you'll see here, and then we can just really do whatever we need to do. I'm not sure, but I think this is alright. Yeah, right, and he might think that this is going to be alright, but we can take, and he can't even take us back, because if he does, then we have rook to e1, and he's not going to block the queen, he's going to block the bishop, right, and then we are going to eventually be trading everything off, right? Take the bishop, and it's going to be this, and we even have this nice little forking idea here. There's PP, which is not penis on the penis, it's put pressure on the pin piece. Parents, don't worry. And so we are not, in fact, going to give that much further coverage. Instead, we're going to be covering bishop to c5, in which case you can just play c3, and oh wow, it's the same damn idea. So let's go all the way back to here. Right, so what if he plays Dubois-Berti? Let's get that out. And you might be thinking e5, and yes, that's actually the best move, but it's not a great thing. I mean, he has d5, right? And so now if you take I mean, it's actually losing. Right? You can play something funny like en passant, and I mean, you're still losing. So I really hate playing e5. Even though it's technically the best move, I hate it. Right, so if he takes, we're going to blunder the knight to the pawn. And then we're going to sacrifice the bishop, of course. And so after d5, so queen d5, he might play king into f6, in which case this is not going to benefit us very much. But we're going to play bishop g5. And, I mean, we have a game of chess. He's going to have to take us if he does anything else. He's kind of screwed. And so, I mean, here screws him over to this. That's 8. And so then there's just here. And it's not going to benefit us this too much. So, yeah, I mean, it does kind of screw us over, but if the engine doesn't find it, most of your opponents won't either. Oh, I did not mean to press it down. And so he plays g6, which is even less human. Then this is just going to be checkmate no matter what he does, unless he sacrifices the queen in this line. He goes here. Oh, wow, look at that. That's mate 1. So instead, he has to go here. And what we can do is play queen to f4. If he goes here, it's going to be this. And take a look. We actually have something pretty funny here. Discover an attack. It blocks the queen. Mate like that. Blocks the knight. Sorry, the knight with pawn. Then that's mate. So no use covering if he goes there. And if that happens, then he is dead anyways. So we are going to go back a little. And the exact same thing happens with king d7, by the way. So there's no need to worry. And so king to e8 is what will generally happen. Even against the engine doesn't know king to f6. You can watch my video, So I'm a Cheater, if you want some more context to that, but whatever. And so if he plays anything except queen to f6 and going into this line, then he's absolutely cooked. Why is he cooked? Well, if he goes here, big mistake. This can happen, and he's just going to end up absolutely screwed. Right? I mean, there's king to f8, which is generally what's going to happen. It's the best move. This might happen. It's whatever. You just go here, and you're going to stockpile pressure, and bishop g5. You're just going to stockpile pressure on this square, and maybe sometime route the knight in, and you're going to be very much winning. Right? If he plays h6, you can just take the bishop, and then, of course, he's not going to take back the queen. He's just going to take it back to the knight. And then there's rook a e1 or knight to h4 with the idea of just routing all the way in. and making this nice little trade. I can show you how that works, right? Because here, then something like here, then there's just gonna be all this. I'm sorry. I mean this is mate, yeah. But so like if here's something, then this, it's just going to be very much winning. You're going to win a lot of material that way, so that's going to be all right. Right, and so the only other thing we need to cover is d6, because everything else loses to the exact same thing. Right, so if here, so if he plays either of the best moves, you have to play bishop g5, or rook takes c4, actually. I'm sorry, it's rook takes c4 in this position. I'm thinking. And so he'll block with the bishop. Then it's bishop g5. And if he does something like this, that's a blunder, big blunder. After here, just stockpiling more pressure on here. He might take. It's all right. Doesn't really matter. We can just take the bishop. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, we're doing all right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's the wrong line. That's the wrong line. My mistake, folks. My mistake. I forgot we had to add one more attacker. So he might try to attack us. We're just going to take this here. Boom. Mate. What if he takes this? You just take back the queen. That's mate. So he really does have to play very perfectly in this position. Bishop takes e7, I believe, is a move. I'm sorry, it's rook to f4. What am I doing? And so the engine's kind of confused right here. Just because of the complexity, it recommended king d8, but whatever. Bishop 6 is actually better for it. And so you can take that. I'm sorry, you can't. You have to play rook d1 because you have to cut off the king. Okay. And this is a very difficult position to play, but it's going to be winning for you very soon. So then there's, I believe, queen to d3. And then you still can't do anything with this bishop. Oh my. Oh, the engine is confused here. And then here, unnecessary. Now the knight's pinned again. And b takes d3 matters now because you simply don't have time to stop that if he was to take here. So you are probably wondering how this is even okay. A for black. Well, if you try to do something like sorry, okay for white. Try to do something like that. I mean, that's just going to hang the rook, and you can hang this little idea right here. It's not even going to be about the rook, really. And the engine actually wants bishop to g4. Probably just clearing space for the queen. I've never quite understood this line, to be frank with you. I mean, there's h3, but there's also knight to c6. And this is just going to be a very weird line. It actually wants bishop takes h3. Wow. Then queen to h5. And if king to d7, which is the best move, actually, then you're just going to take the bishop, check, and this is actually a very complicated line, but still. Then bishop 5. Now it's this pin instead. And it's just some very, very interesting positional play. So he will be basically forced to play queen to d7 or bishop g4, I guess, but whatever. And you're going to be doing all right here. I mean, it's queen h5, and it's not going to be that terrible. I mean, only move is king to d8. It's forced because the knight's pinned, right? And so then bishop to g7. If he goes here or something, the idea of takes and then what was the idea? I don't know. But just kicking my bishop. And queen, oh yeah, queen g4. Trying to fork the queen and a checkmating idea. We would just take on g4. Everybody takes, I think he takes the bishop. And it's going to be alright. We actually have to take the rook and not the bishop here. And this is going to be surprisingly a draw. We can't, this is one last trap. If he plays bishop takes f3, that just blunt unders this rook right here. I mean, it blunders everything, I guess. Right? Because now when he takes back, I mean, this is just so winning. That's just one other little mistake he can make, but let's go all the way back. Now, instead of d5, he plays here, which is the best move. He plays anything except queen into f7. Actually, no, let's just go over this. Let's go over this, right? So here, and if he plays anything except bishop to e7, like, I don't know, knight to e7, for example, you actually have a rook to e3. You have to memorize that too, right? Now, takes. Here, you don't actually have time to go rook to b1 earlier, right? And so, for queens, you do actually have to take that. There's not really anything else you can do. If you play something like e6, attacking the bishop, which is a very common move you can make. It's an inaccuracy, because now you have queen to h4, which is a pretty surprising move to make, right? Because now, if he takes, you can take the rook. And even though you are still down 2 points of material, positionally you are up so much, right? Because after here, This doesn't have too many good places to go. Right, I mean, look at this, look at this. He can't really go anywhere. He has to play queen to f4. Everything, sorry, queen to f5 is that, or queen to f4, whatever. But he is just so thoroughly destroyed here. You can actually sack the knight, right? Because now, if takes, there's this, and after here, what we can play now is rook to e1, which basically just keeps the queen on the diagonal. Honestly, I'm not sure what he can do except move the king. And then queen to d8, just pinning again. And wherever he goes, well, it wants bishop d7. That's the best move. Wow. It wants it to sacrifice the knight, so sorry, the rook. So that is just why it can't play anything except bishop here. Because it does have to block the check, and of course it's not going to block the queen. That's ridiculous. I mean, we'll cover it. We'll cover it. He blocks the queen. You play queen to d3, and then it's pinned, right? I guess I should cover that because some of you don't really know that much about it, and here you actually do have time to play this. Well, you don't have time to take. You have to take here first, so it's going to be all right if he plays that, right? So bishop to e7 is going to be the move he will play if he has a single brain cell. And he might go here. And that, and we are just going into a nice little stockfish line earlier, but I'll just go with why I can't take here, right? Watch the evaluation. Watch the evaluation. Take a look. Queen to d4 actually wins. It actually wins. Because now, I mean, even the engine doesn't know what to do for a couple seconds here. Right. I'll just queen xb2, and you have so much pressure here from the other side of the board. That you can really do it up whenever you need. You're just winning this bishop. You're winning this bishop. You're clearing the queen out of the way. And you don't even have to do that. You can just take g7. This is only mate moves. It's mate. Take a look at this. Everything loses. Everything loses. Right, because if here there is this really, really great checkmate here, and so if there, it's just always going to be bad. So I guess I should also cover knight takes instead of a little pin here, because now you just take this, and it's actually very much winning, because if he takes the bishop, that's just checkmate. So no thank you. And it's just going to be very, very easy for you. Right? So, I suppose you could take here or something. It's going to be alright for you because we have bishop to a3, right? And then if king to d8, then this is going to be horrible. I mean, this is horrible for him. Look at the eval. Look at the eval, guys. Because we have to play a queen to g5. Okay. And if here or something, well, that's actually going to be destroying him very thoroughly. If here, you're going to be winning the queen. So, there's a lot of very intricate things here that it has to go over. So, that is why you absolutely have to play queen to e6 if you're black in this position. Actually, no, let's go over d6 too, trying to kick out the knight or something. Because that is going to lose the queen. And so d6 takes. He has to play the center mezzo. Absolutely has to. Now here, here, and here. And then you are just going to do this nice little rook maneuver. And you're going to be doing alright. I suppose I should go over why this is bad. It's made for any of the mental midgets in the crowd. So then there's here, boom, boom. He'll try to get bishop out. It's alright, right there. Rook to a2 is the move you want to play. And after here, there's that. And we are literally in line I played against the engine right now. Right? This is literally the line I played against the engine, and it is just that 14. So that is the Nachmanson Gambit. I've hopefully sufficiently explained everything. Now, if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I highly encourage you to go out, play some chess games, try to get a nice little Nachmanson going, and please, try to win with it, and if you do, just send me the game in a comment or something. I'll pin your comment, I'll make a video about it, and it'll just be a really, really nice thing, so... Personally, I've never gotten a game where I've played the Nachmanson Gambit. Never. Because nobody ever plays the fucking Dubois Reti. And so, I am going to go. Oh no, this has been Blundered Games. As always, have a nice day. Ciao.